Over the recent days, we've gotten a lot of updates in regards to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, not even just like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta showcase or anything like that, but in regards to how the game itself will actually look and work, in a lot of interesting ways, I think. So I want to give a huge shout out to the Sparking Zero news account for posting all this information and kind of getting it compiled for me specifically as well, but just for the entire community, I think, as a whole. And shout out to Calbert for running this account. Does an awesome job with it. If you don't follow this account on Calbert, I definitely do recommend it. Calbert's a cool guy, right? But this account especially will give you a lot of details on regards to the game, and especially post-release as well. I'm sure there'll be a lot of things to post about, but we'll go ahead and talk about some of this new stuff that's covered. There's a little bit of gameplay in here, I believe, but mostly just different things about the game. So, and we can see the very first thing right here, ranked system, right, and how the ranked system is going to work. It looks like it's going to be similar to Dragon Ball The Breakers, right? So if you played that, you'll kind of know how similar that is. But of course, it is a D5 to Z1. So I think that's also similar to Project Multi, except that Project Multi was like D3 to like D1, for example, or B3 to B1, right? This one is like D5 to D1 and then C5 to C1, etc., etc. It also looks like, on the actual online rank screen, we will have special titles and a special icon we are able to customize. So I think that's really cool, adding like a little extra flair to how you do appear online to other players. Hopefully there will be like titles for a bunch of different things. Like, I assume if you get max proficiency on a character, you might get a title for them or even an icon. So it'd be really funny if we can get an icon or a title for like a max proficiency Cyberman player. I think that'd be really sick. And then of course, your username online will appear there as well. But yeah, this seems like it'll be specifically, this might be for ranked matches, I assume. Though I guess they could also have it show up in just normal player matches as well. But this is how the rank system seems to be. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that in the comments below, if you like it or dislike it. I think it's pretty just like usual, not really that big of a thing, right? Though maybe, I guess, adding a little bit of a difference, like naming scheme to it, like how Dragon Ball Fighters, has like Super Saiyan Blue level or stuff like that, right? Next right here, we do have confirmation as of now that Daima Goku's actually only going to be voiced in Japanese. So this was provided by Anyplug Media. I'm assuming it was like a screenshot from some pre-order page. I mean, it looks like the Sparking Zero PS5 pre-order background potentially, but we do know that by pre-ordering you get Goku Mini, right? Before, it wasn't announced. Right now, it was actually announced very recently that Goku Mini was the pre-order character. Pre-order bonus may be sold at a later date without prior notice. We already knew that as well. But they do confirm that Goku Mini voiceover language is Japanese only. I am gonna 100% assume that the English dialogue will be added for the Mini Goku in the future, especially because we know that there's gonna be a dub for Dragon Ball Daima. I mean, obviously, right? It's just that a lot of that hasn't really been officially announced or given to us yet, so we don't know when the dub's gonna happen. It's very possible that they're even barely recording things regarding the dub right now, as like I'm literally speaking. Who knows, right? They haven't even announced who the voice actor for Goku Mini is going to be officially. I know that there's like the little leak that's going around there, but us, obviously, like there's a lot of things that are probably going into work. My assumption is that, Goku Mini will be sold later on, like when Daima DLC actually rolls out, which I'm assuming like the first two DLC packs will be almost said Sparking Hero, Superhero, and then the third one will actually end up being a Dragon Ball Daima characters. If that's the case, that maybe is when they could add the voiceover or Goku Mini separate. Maybe they could add the voiceover as just some patch later on, like a couple months even before the Daima characters would be releasing in Sparking Zero, right? It all depends, but that's just something important to point out right now. Even if you play in English, I assume that the Japanese voice for Daima Goku will play, or it's possible that he doesn't even say anything at all, right? So we'll have to wait and see. Next here, so there's this whole thing about Whis having Ultra Instinct. So there's Ultra Instinct that the Goku has, right? Of course, when you're UI Goku, he auto dodges a lot of these melee attacks. His Drain's key, though, it seems that Whis' Ultra Instinct here, again provided by Death Daddy and the source serial killers right here, it does appear that Whis actually does not drain key when he dodges, right? So here's like a battle against Whis. We see Whis is dodging these key blasts that is being shot at him right here. And it looks like, again, it's not consuming any key. So that's going to be really interesting to see. In terms of dealing with UI right now, we don't know exactly what will be the best like ways to do so. Because it looks like even from behind, Whis is able to dodge. So Whis might end up being one of the most annoying characters in the game. Again, this game is based around, you know, giving the most powerful characters in the series like the most powerful abilities, so it makes sense that Whis would have this ability, stronger than UI Goku as well, so Whis might be top tier. We'll see what happens. I assume we'll find some way. I wonder if charged ki blasts will be able to stun Whis compared to just like the normal ki blast, and maybe you could like follow in with a combo after that, who knows. Potential super attack customization looks to be in Sparking Zero. Now, we have actually, I think one of the quote tweets, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I can't click on that. Let me do this here. Yeah, right here. So we can see story mode gives Goku early Meteor Smash. You see his whole foot right there. And I think there's also this right here. So we see Super Kamehameha's ult move. You can swap with all the variants. We see Goku early, Super Saiyan Goku mid, and then Super Saiyan 2 Goku end all have this Super Kamehameha ultimates. So it's very possible that you're able to switch. We know that, you know, Goku mid also has the Angry Kamehameha. He doesn't have the Super Kamehameha ultimate like in the demos or anything like that. This is a screenshot taken from either a trailer or anything like that. It's possible, I guess, that like that was just for the trailer, but I'm assuming it being, you know, technique settings, I'm assuming with this being called technique information, that likely will be a customization for super attack. So I think it'll be really nice if they give us a really like good amount of technique customization for these characters. It could make some characters a lot better in a lot of different situations. Hopefully it's not a thing where you can give every character like Wild Sense or Explosive Wave though, because I think that'd be kind of crazy. Imagine every character. I guess if every character has it, then it's like whatever at the same time. So I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I think this is still just cool in general. Like being able to give different characters different attacks that they have would be really nice to see. Next here, it looks like the super attack panel, right? You could actually turn it off in the settings, right? This is shown in a gameplay video. I think this is also from Serial Killers right here. Yep, Serial Killers right here. Shout out to you. But of course, it looks like obviously when you're charging here, the super attack panel's out there. So it looks like you will actually be able to turn that off, which is actually kind of cool, right? In this case, oh, this is just CPU versus CPU here. So it might just be only for CPU, which would make sense actually, because you can't see the enemy like, you know, using their super attack panel, right? If they're CPU as well. So it might just be a thing where you just don't see it if it's CPU versus CPU, which is fine. I think having CPU versus CPU battles is cool, by the way. That is a thing that was confirmed in case you were not aware. So that's good to know. Next here, just a look at Super Shenron. Ugly colors, right? Oh, Sora did go ahead and kind of, what's it called? I guess brighten it. What is it called? I forgot the exact name. Saturate it, I guess, is the best way to put it. So this is kind of how Super Shenron is looking like. We know that by getting the Ultimate Edition, you're able to make an instant wish to Super Shenron. So we'll see what Super Shenron is actually going to be able to provide us. I'm assuming he'll give you some rewards, or you can unlock a character or something like that just for free. Could be interesting to see what happens there. Oh yeah, here's Super Genera's Ultimate. I actually hadn't seen it myself, so I just wanted to go ahead and play this here. I wonder how the Ultimate looks like specifically. Okay, so he cuts with the blade, and that's kind of what he did against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This looks, you know, low-key, I think a lot of some of these animations, like this right here, there should have been like the flames coming out to the side here. But it's just like a little nitpick. It looks underwhelming, yeah. I mean, Yeah, this Ultima's nothing crazy for Janemba. Actually, that kind of sucks. You know, speaking about that, you know, some of these transformations, we've seen some of them updated actually, and actually, I might as well bring it up now. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's animation was updated thanks to Ozaru, and then the comments. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say that. My apologies. Credits to them for providing the gameplay. Jusak 2, I believe. You see the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan transformation is actually different. So here's the old one from the previous demo, and then here's the new one that they made much more anime-like right there. Really cool to see that, you know, there's the actual difference, that they're actually still providing these updates to some of these characters, because this is like the generic one, and then now again, just play one more time, we see it's more like the anime now with a close-up and then the run line. That's really cool. Hopefully Beast Gohan has something similar to that as well, but I think some of these transformation animations feel like they could be a little better or closer to the anime. So hopefully that is changed for some of them. Like I think some people in the comments of that video of that short were saying Jiren. I think Fusion Zamasu, I think his could look a little better in terms of the actual shift to him transforming, right? Because it's kind of just like the screen goes white for a second and then it's just a model change instead of like seeing him actually transform into the corrupted version, right? Here's just another example of costume like changes right here. So Super Saiyan God Goku in the Whiskey. If you were interested in seeing how it looks, that's how it looks, right? I think that's pretty cool, the amount of expansion we could have with the different costumes. And this is kind of like the first Dragon Ball like official game that actually allows us to really do stuff like this. So that's really awesome to have. Right here is very good. You might be able to play online in custom battle with your friends. Take it with a grain of salt. It could be similar to raids you've seen content creators do with the BT4 mod. So you can see right here, choose custom settings for up to 5 players or CPU characters. So the fact that they said 5 players specifically, I feel like, I mean, they would have said 5 characters, right? It could be just the 5 characters, but if you're able to play with 5 different people like online, I think that would be so awesome. And like these these custom battles, that could be so expensive, but again, just the way it sounds, Nudiser, right? Shonen games is saying that's what it means. I would assume it's I mean, it could just be the characters, right? I think I want to point that out. This could be complete copium, but in case that's true, I did want to bring it up for y'all. But again, take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it as 100% true fact just yet, because we're not 100% of that. Next here is just the Sparking Zero size. It looks like it's 30 gigabytes on PC. Also, the PC requirements are updated here if you're interested in knowing what is required for PC in terms of Windows 10 for the minimum and Windows 10 11 for the recommended, right? Here it is. You can look at the screen right there, but we do know that's 29 gigabytes, right? So that's important to note. That's another screenshot of graded Vegeta, looking like he has the actual outfit from because Counter Vegeta obviously would be the same Vegeta that would be in the Namek Saga compared to the Cell Saga early Vegeta. So he does have the Namek Saga like Saiyan armor outfit, which is really cool. Ultimate Gohan has a tracksuit, sure. And then again, the anime song Pack 1 and Pack 2 right here. I don't know if this is available in the English version. I mean, it was only announced for the Japanese version. And this is obviously translated, Google translated, right? Well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully it'll be available for the obviously like English speaking version as well, or like, you know, anywhere outside of Japan, realistically, not even just English speaking. But I would love to have the anime songs in there. Not in stream though, just definitely not in stream. But anyways, just a quick update there in regards to Sparking Zero. Let me double check. Is there anything new here that I feel like could be covered that I missed? Not really. Again, a lot of fusions of Masu super attacks and things like that, right? Again, Janemba. I made a video talking about, you know, this, but there's crossplay potentially, you know, in the future. We have to keep leaving updates for it. I made a video covering the IGN interview that'll probably be out within the next day or two. Anyways, thanks all for watching. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Sparking Zero and these updates, and I will catch you guys next time.